people have heard what went down there in Sweden, y'all. Look, Sweden is 1,000 people, or probably more, than took the mark, y'all. These people down there paying their bills and shit with the palms of their hands and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I mean, have you read Revelation 13? You know what I'm saying? 15 and 17. Read all those revelations. Read the Bible in Revelation. Go to those scriptures, and you read those scriptures. You know what exactly what's coming. Like paying bills with the palm of your hands. That's the mark of the beast, baby. And this is my theory, and my theory only. You know what I'm saying? Look. The government know exactly what they doing. This is the reason why they taking y'all ass up off of food stamps, Section 8, and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's called a reset, baby. It's called a reset. So when they take your ass off in November, you best to believe when they open this shit back up, you know, it's going to be a way that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to set it. Whereas if you want government assistance or food stamps or Section 8, whatever the case might be, that the government is giving you for free, you gonna have to take that mark, baby. You gonna have to take that mark. That's the only way that you're gonna get anything, you know what I'm saying, free from the fucking government. And that's why our people been out here telling a lot of our people, you know what I'm saying, to do away and separate yourself from the government. Because people like me see this shit coming. I see this shit coming. You know what I'm saying? And this is the way when, you know what I'm saying, when he do take your ass off in November, when they open it back up, and your ass out here stealing and killing and doing all this other bullshit, you know what I'm saying, that's not of God. And when they do open back up, the only way that you gonna get that assistance is to take that mark. That's the only way you gonna get it. And this is the reason why a lot of people on this app been telling y'all to separate yourself from the government. You know what I'm saying? Stop depending on these people. Because the more that you depend on these people, the more that, you know what I'm saying, you need their assistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's actually really what's taking place. That government ain't shut down for nothing. It's shut down because it's called a reset. Reset the government. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, you know what I'm saying, anybody that's out here that been living up off that shit for centuries, your mama, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, and all them, and y'all still depending on these people, the way that y'all gonna get y'all assistance back from the government is to take that mark. That's the only way that y'all gonna get it. That's the only way that y'all gonna survive is taking that mark. And that's why we tell, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, like, they look at us like we crazy. They think we talking crazy and all this other bullshit. When we telling y'all, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of shit coming. And it's going to be a lot of change. And for the order for you to change yourself and do away, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on is to separate yourself and find other strategies whereas you can feed your family. But a lot of people don't want to hear that. They still want to depend on these people. So if you want to be out here to still depending on these people, so when that shit open back up, I can see that the majority of my people and a lot of people out here, y'all gonna take that mark.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while learnt his truth, and also to those elect that are scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the type of the lesson is, a prudent man foreseeth the evil. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which you find is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So we seen in the opening video with this lady, you know, she was saying that a lot of people are very solely dependent on the government, even though we still knowing that it's a government shutdown. A lot of people are depending on the government to feed them, to take care of them for their everyday needs. But one thing about it is that we know that they're laying out the groundwork for this grain of rice. And a lot of people are going to be in great desperation. A lot of people are going to lean they're going to depend and they're going to trust in this new technology that is coming into place left and right. And also, she was talking about how they was already have the mark the charagma in Sweden, which in fact we already know that this is common knowledge. A lot of people are still got their heads stuck in the sand. So a lot of people are still sleeping. While you're sleeping, the devil's constantly getting busy. So we known about this ever since I think it's around 2017 or 2018 when Sweden started this. So right now we knowing that Sweden right now is common knowledge that they are chipping pretty much thousands of people in Sweden. They're getting this, just like it's trending there, so they're already setting the stage to what's to come across the world, so let's get ready to be globally. So right now we're at the beginning stages of that. So that's what the men of the Lord we constantly been warning you about. And also she said she could see that is coming, so a prudent man foreseeth the evil, a wise person, a wise man, perceives the evil, so we seeing exactly what's getting ready to come, that hour of temptation, the hour of testing. So right now, a lot of people, it's not no microchip, but they doing this every day. It's common knowledge in Sweden. Also, I think it was in Wisconsin where certain peoples at their job had got the microchip. So it's here already. It's been here. One thing about it, we go through these things left and right, and so, so I just decided to do a lesson on about how sweetness is already here. It's common knowledge. It's right in your face. And right now, this government shutdown, a lot of people are realizing, who are you going to depend on? You going to trust in the shadow of Egypt, or you going to trust in your true power, which in fact is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And I'm talking about the Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians. I'm talking to you. And one thing about it, so a lot of our people right now are getting ready to make a decision. So we're seeing now they're going back and forth about the stamp benefit left and right, saying that they're going to release them, saying they're not going to do this. Donald Trump said that if you do release them, we got to take it back, just back and forth. So we already know there's a lot of distraction, a lot of confusion, a lot of order out of chaos. But the main objective is it's going to lead to this to this grain of rice, to this microchip. A lot of people still are not considering. A lot of people are still are sleeping, still thinking that, hey, the government is here to help you. They're going to help you. They're going to place something under your skin to make you a petrol slave. And we're living in some very serious time. In the prophet, we constantly been warning you left and right. And also we know that we are approaching famine of the world. So right now we're very close to these YouTube channels being taken down. We're seeing left and right, some guys, some of the prophets' pages, they wake up in the morning, no explanation, and it's gone. So we coming upon these times. And also we know right now that these things are getting ready to come full circle about this microchip, this grain of rice, that we constantly been sounding like a broken record. But guess what? It is a reality. It is here. It is at the door. So right now it's up and running right now. All they have to do is to implement it or announce it. So that's where we at right now. So let's get a little bit of this quick Google search I did, overview, an AI overview of this, which in fact is common knowledge in Sweden. I think it was they started it back in 2018. Once again, you can look it up. It's all over, and very trending. And one thing about it, and a lot of people are going to lean. They're going to trust and shall go into their right hand or into their forehead. This technology is already here. Let's get a little of this AI overview. It says in 2025, microchip implants in Sweden continue to be a growing trend for daily convenience, like paying for transport, accessing buildings, and making payments. Said the technology, which uses near field communication (NFC), is driven by Sweden digital first culture and offers alternatives to physical cords and keys. It said, however, this trend is accomplished by ongoing debates about data privacy and security risks associated with storing personal information to own and implanted chip. So right here, a lot of people, they using this like your physical card, like your debit card, your credit cards, your driver license, so all this replacing it. And said also your keys, is that you can just swipe your hand, so they're trying to make it look like it's very convenient, safe, and harmless, very painless, so we see it right now. These things right here is a reality, a microchip implant uses in Sweden. It's an access and payments, and many Swedens use implants to replace key cards for gyms and office, and to pay for public transport or purchases. So we seeing right here that it's pretty much replacing everything. Well, you're buying and selling. When you go to Revelation chapter 13, it's lining up. A lot of people still got their heads stuck in the sand. One thing about it, you are in for a rude awakening. So right now, you will not be able to buy or sell without taking it under the skin. So Sweden already is up and running, So we seeing it right here with our own eyes. Convenience. It's a major driver is the convenience of having multiple function like ID payments and travel tickets stored on a single tiny device implanted in the hand. Now it said technology said the implants are passive, battery-free device that use NFC technology similar to a contactless payment card and are read by a scanner from a short distance. So right here, this NFC, it's pretty similar to a RFID, so they using the NFC. So it's pretty similar to the same thing. So we're seeing right here that this is pretty much, just like we say, a lot of people, it's no microchip. It's common. This is very common now. Hey, a lot of people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, putting it right in your face. It's concerns and risk. Let's get this here. It's data privacy. It says a significant concern is the potential for personal data, including health-related information, to be accessed and stored without consent. So right here, they're trying to say there's concerns about this and that, but we know that this is going to be mandatory. Everyone will be under highly surveillance, and also this is going to be working with your biometrics. So a lot of these things are coming into play. So they just saying putting these things right here like it's concerns and risks. But one thing about this is going to be mandatory, whereby they be a concern or risk or not. So right here, we knowing that, if you don't consent, they are going to unalive you. It says here, security said, it's an expert warned of the risk of hacking and unauthorized access to the data stored on the chip. So, we seeing, these things right here, they talking about this concern for this and that. But right now, we already knowing that this here is going to be total surveillance. This is going to be total control. If you take it, you will have to suffer that second death, which in fact is the lake of fire. And what will be the lake of fire? It's Babylon the Great, America. This place is getting ready to get hit with so many IBCM missiles. It's going to turn into a lake of fire, which in fact is the second death. So it says here, it's an unknown long-term effects that health researchers have also highlighted concerns about the unknown long-term effects of having a microchip implanted in the body. So, I think that's in Revelation 16, around verse 2, I think, where it said a grievous sore, a nuisance and grievous sore will come upon them that which had took the charagma, so, these long-term effects, I think it have like lithium, different things like that will irritate and cause that sore that will not heal, like a cancerous sore. So, that's going to be jumping from the Lord. So that's all we're going to get at this. So we're just giving you, this is basically as common knowledge, right now they're constantly doing this in Sweden as we speak. And also we know in certain parts around the world. Also, we know what China is doing. China is the blueprint. Also, Sweden. Also the UK. They constantly rolling out little by little, and also now right in America in the what? In Utah. So at the Salt Lake City. So these things right here are right in front of your face. That's why we constantly warn you about a prudent man foresees the evil. So now let's get this quick precept. Let's go here to the title of the daily lesson. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. It says, a prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So one thing about it, a prudent man, a wise person, one that can see the dangers that is coming, is the wise. Which in fact is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. We can see the evil that is coming. We see that war is coming. We see that Jacob's trouble is coming. We see that the MOTB is coming. We foresee the evil, what's coming down the road. We're considering the signs of the time. And one thing about it, you always got to be watching. We got to stay circumspect, redeem the time. Why? It says, and hides himself with this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, this gospel. There will be a stronghold in times of trouble. It says here, but the simple pass on and are punished. So one thing about it, the simple is going to pass on, and also they're going to be suffer the consequences. Because they're not watching, they're not considering, they're not even redeeming the time. Why? They thinking that these things are far off. They thinking that these are someone is just talking out their neck, and we're constantly giving you more and more proof each and every day. But what if some don't believe? We really don't give a damn. And also when you go to 2 Corinthians chapter 15, I think around verse 4 or 5, where it said, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. They're speaking against thee. We're not even worried about that. If you don't believe whatever, incredulity goes into unbelief. It's also, it said, when you read a little bit further and 2 Corinthians chapter 15, I think around verse 5 or 6, somewhere up in there, they say, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So right now, you're going to be unalive. You take that mark. If you don't believe, you're going to suffer the consequence. So let's read this in the NLT. It says, Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3 says, a prudent man foresees danger and take precautions. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffer the consequences, which in fact are the 2/3, and that prudent, which in fact is the elect, the 1/3. We seize the danger. We seeing that evil tide. We seeing that the evils are growing on every side, and they're not slacking down for a moment. We constantly seeing these things left and right, man. These things are right here at the door, man. Let's go here. Let's get this one here. Let's get here Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. The prophets constantly been warning you about these things left and right. Jeremiah chapter 28. Jeremiah chapter 20. And also I have some more videos to bring out. Let's go here. About 2 more videos to bring out about Sweden. Just to make the point a little bit more edifying. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8, it said, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evils and of pestilence. So that's exactly what we constantly warn you about. Warning you about war, which in fact rumors of wars are all over the place. World War III, evil time, a trouble that we've never seen for Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the MOTB, and also we constantly telling you to seek the Lord while he can be found. Pestilence, all these different disease, these outbreaks, you ever talking about some monkeys not too long ago, said they had all sorts of disease. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but anyway, we already know that, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So that's what we constantly warn you about, all sorts of things, disaster, calamity, catastrophe, and also that MOTB. Verse 9, it said, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. So in that time when these things come to pass and when they start speaking at the end, which in fact they're doing right now, they're not lying, it's not delaying anymore, then they shall know that the Lord truly sent them. Then they shall know that a prophet was among them. So that's where we at right now. So these things are coming together just like clockwork. Also, we seeing these things are constantly lining up. We know that they're here and they're very real, so that's why right there, sweet, they're walking around every day with the MOTB, the Karagma. So that's what we're constantly warning you about. So now I have 2 more videos. We'll start the video, and after the video, we'll start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards,
which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
But even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot.
I think, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5,000 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
In Sweden, thousands of people have taken a futuristic leap by implanting tiny microchips into their hands. About the size of a grain of rice, these chips work as digital IDs, payment cards, and even transit passes. With just a swipe of the hand, people can pay for coffee, unlock doors, or ride a train. It's the same technology as contactless cards, but now the card is under your skin. This is happening in Sweden for a reason. The country is already one of the most cashless societies in the world. Only about 1% of its economy still runs on physical cash, compared to 10% across Europe. Younger Swedes almost never touch coins or bills, and even companies like IKEA have tested going completely cash-free, discovering that hardly any customers notice. For businesses, it saved hours that used to be wasted counting cash. But not everyone is celebrating. Critics worry about privacy and security, especially if implants ever link to government records or health data. Seniors and immigrants are also concerned about being left behind in a system that assumes everyone wants to go digital. Sweden is showing the world how far cashless culture can go, but it also raises a new reality. When money lives under your skin, the future feels a lot closer than we thought.
So we see it right now. We're more closer than ever to the MOTB. So right now, this is going to replace the fiat currency. It's going into a cashless society. So your money is going to be obsolete very soon. So now let's go here to Isaiah. Let's get a few quick precepts and we'll close out. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 36. Straight to the point, lesson tonight. Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 6. He said, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. So whereon if a man lean or depend or trust, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him." So right now, it's talking about this staff of a broken reed. It's talking about this system, talking about this new system that they're putting into place, this new beast system. A lot of people are going to go down into Egypt, which in fact is in summons with Egypt is in summon with America. It's at Babylon the Great. So Egypt is summon is the house of bondage, Salakia. And everybody, it work hand in hand with, with the house of bondage. Also, we know that the modern day Egypt and also spiritual Egypt is America, Babylon the Great. Said, wherein if a man lean, trust or depend, you take care of me. What I'm going to do? Said, we'll go into your right hand, go that what you seen it on there, how they paying with their hand, and pierce it, with that with that applicator that they use. We put it like that. It always says, well, pierce it, so is Pharaoh. Modern day Pharaoh is the so-called white man. The devil that the Bible speaks of. Said the king of Egypt, which in fact is America. Once again, is spiritual Sodom in Egypt. Said to all that trust in him. So one thing about it, so a lot of people, just like the lady said in the video, a lot of her people are going to take that mark, which in fact she is correct. A lot of them are going to take that mark because they don't trust in what? Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. And they trust in this broken reed. They trust in this system. They're going to trust in this new technology. Oh, it's free. It's very safe. It's very convenient. You know what I'm saying? It's quick and safe. You know, so all you have to do is wave your hand. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to have a sense of normalcy. You'll be able to eat again. You'll be able to take care of your family and your loved one. But one thing about it, that they say total lie. Once you take that, you will be totally destroyed. That's why the Lord said, do not take it. Don't rely. You know what I'm saying? Trust and depend on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So now, let's get this one here. Let's go straight to the point. Revelation chapter 13. We'll get one more and we'll close out. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. Let's go straight to the punch. Let's see here. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. So they don't line up with what I just said. So a lot of people will lean and trust, you know what I'm saying? And he causes. That means it's going to be a global event. It's going to be mandatory very soon. A lot of people right now, they saying it's voluntary and sweet, you know, so whatever. But we already know that this is going to be mandatory across the world. Either you take it or you'll get cut out of society. And also, they're going to have these facilities. The devil shall cast some of you into prison. Also, if you don't accept it, then you will be beheaded. So a lot of these things are coming upon us at a fast pace. So you will not be able to buy or sell no type of transaction, you know. So right now we're seeing they slowly coming into this reset whereby the new money is going to be digital, programmable, also implantable. That's what I'm constantly showing you left and right. It's going under the skin to make you a walking device. So let's go here and look up this word mark. Let's go to it right quick. Let's get a quick a little bit of this here. The mark. Let's go straight into it. Let's go Salaki for that. Let's see here. Let's go to the mark. Let's see if I pulled it up. Yeah, this is it's G5480. G5480.
Strong's G5480. Charagma.
Okay, Karagma. Let's see what it says here. It says an online biblical use. It says a stamp and imprinted mark. It says here. Let's drop down a little bit here. Let's drop down. It says adulterous image. Let's see here. It says a mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. But we know that there are many Antichrists, not only one, but many. Let's go to the strong definition. It says here, it says a scratch or etching, stamp, a badge of servitude. So exactly what this is going to be. A badge of servitude is going to bring you, you know what I'm saying, to that digital oil. You know, that's where we at right now. So let's go into the etymology. Let's go into Carax. Let's go here to G5482. Let's get this one here. It says, let's go here. It says here.
Strong's G5482. Charax.
It says here, online biblical use, a pail or a stake or a pastel. It says a pastel or a rampart. It says here, let's go a little bit further down. So you already know this is describing that corrects, it's describing that the applicator, the plier or syringe. Let's go here. We put it like that. We won't go too deep in it. Let's go to the strong definition. What it says here. It says to sharpen to a point, a kid. It said through the idea of scratching a stake, a pastel or rampart. So you pretty much get the picture. It's going into that syringe or needle. We put it like that. What they use to apply it with. So now let's go into the etymology of this. I think it's 11 G25, which in fact is grapho. Let's go into this. That's dealing with this. We don't want to go too far. It's dealing with what you call G-fiend. We put it like that, G-fiend. I don't want to say the word, so that's what this is going into.
Strong's G 1125. Grapho.
We already know about graphene. We put it like that. So you understand what I'm saying now. So it's here, so the online biblical use, it said to write with reference to the form of letters. So it's a lot of this, going into data, transmitting, receiving. That's what it basically, give you a little idea of what it's going into, all this right here. D is the one we want. It said to write to one by writing in written epistles to give information, direction. So that's exactly what this is all about. Transmitting, receiving information, tracking and tagging. So pretty much get the idea now. So let's go back. Let's go back and we get one more. We'll close out. Let's go back to it and read it again. It said, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 said, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, the charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead. This is RFD microchip or the Neuralink, the brain interface computer. Man, these things are here right before our eyes. Elon Musk, it's already there. A lot of people are getting that also. Verse 17 said, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the marked charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Talking about this system, so we'll not be able to buy or sell, no type of transaction. Will not be happening unless you take it under your skin, so it's going to take over your physical cord, your driver license, your insurance, medical records, everything is going to be under that, in that chip. We put it like that. Verse 18, here's wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. So one thing about it, chi-sty stigma, so one thing about it, that's going into that, a branding of ownership, so it's going into things like that and say, here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding. Who the one that has understanding? It's talking about the elect, the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, The prudent man foreseeth the evil, And count the number of the beast and the number of a man, It's going to go into these QR codes, these barcodes, scanning and tracking, surveillance, so we go through these things left and right, and also to make you the internet of bodies, to make you a walking device, to replace the smartphone, because you're going to be replacing the smartphone. We put it to you like that. So now you pretty much get the picture. So we'll get one more, we'll close out. And one thing about it, we go through these things left and right. Let's go to this last and final script. Let's go here to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. We're going straight to the point. We'll close out here. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. Let's go here straight to the point. It says here, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So exactly what's getting ready to happen at a point in time, which in fact is now, these futurized event, they get ready to take place, and they're not delaying it anymore. So they're speaking loud and clear. It is here, it is at the door. Let's read it in the NLT. So Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 said, the vision, the prophecies, and the signs of the time is for a future time. Said it describes the end and it will be fulfilled. Said if it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. So exactly what's getting ready to happen. We're seeing that these things are coming full circle. It's obvious and clear that we're here. We know that these prophecies are at the door and not delaying. We're seeing right now the prudent man, which in fact is the elect, the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. We seeing the dangers. We seeing the evil that's constantly coming upon us at a fast pace. And one thing about it, we're going to hide ourselves in that, what the secret place of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So we seeing these things are coming. So, this is common knowledge in Sweden, also China, UK, also right now on backyard starting up things. We already know about the Neuralink, so the chip is already here. We just giving you more and more information. What if some don't believe? Just once again, it's not going to stop a damn thing. It's going to happen, because it's for at the end it shall speak and not lie. That's exactly where we at. So that's what we're constantly warning you about, left and right. It's time to seek the Lord. It's time to be watching. It's time to be circumspect, because these days are very evil, and they're going to get more and more evil as we go on. It's nothing going back the same. The men of the Lord constantly been warning you, left and right, seek the Lord while he can be found. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is A Prudent Man Foreseeth the Evil. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.